It's James, the color guy, here to talk about this paint color by Benjamin Moore. This was a request for one of you, so thank you. Hazy Lilac is a beautiful, deep mid-tone paint color that I want to share with you today, and also tell you how I would use it in my home by giving you some trim colors and other wall colors that go really well with it. And I must say, not to be biased or anything, even though I am, the color palette that I'm going to reveal at the end of this video is one of my favorites in a while, so be sure to stick around. So the first things first, what kind of color is this? I mean, you can tell by the light behind me, right? I'm going for that purple vibe, and that's what this color is. It is this slightly toned down, deep violet that gives you a little bit of a gray quality, so it's not totally saturated, not totally vibrant, but definitely noticeable. So it sort of lives in this happy medium place where it can be used as an accent color to stand out, but it's not going to overpower a space too much. It has quite a bit of depth with an LRV around 29. So for those of you that don't know what that means, it reflects 29% of the light that hits it, and that's out of 100. It's a fairly dark color, but if you do use it in a space that has a decent amount of lighting at least, it won't feel overly dark like Shadow, for example. It's not one of those deep dark purples that you see. So I did mention that Hazy Lilac can be deemed as an accent color, but I think you can use it in more spaces than you might think because it does have that grayed out quality to settle it down a little bit. So don't think that you can only use this on an accent piece of furniture or a fun chair or maybe a powder room. I think this is a great color for things like bedrooms, especially because it has this really serene quality to it. But you can also bring it to the main areas of your home too if you wanted, like a family room or a living room. Of course, you can use it anywhere you want. I mean, right on the Benjamin Moore website, there's a beautiful example of it being used in a bedroom, which is great because that's where I see it being utilized the best. So what about trim colors that go well with it? Well, the first one that I'd recommend is White Opulence.
Opulence! You own everything.
And this is an interesting one because it's very crisp, bright as a white paint color, but it also has the slightest cool pink quality to it. It's extremely subtle, so don't get scared and think that you're getting bubblegum baseboards, but I think it works beautifully in tandem with Hazy Lilac, and it also remains white enough to coexist with the other colors we're going to talk about pretty perfectly. Now, before we get to the other wall colors, I got to give you a dark trim option. So let's say you didn't want white baseboards, or you wanted darker doors on the interior, which is very popular still. I would recommend a color like Silhouette, which to me, it does feel like a charcoal gray, but it has something else. Like it's either this chocolatey brown, or in some lighting, it can sort of read a little bit as a soft purple undertone too, just like Hazy Lilac, but it's very subtle. You could compare it to looking like the darkest of dark chocolates. I like that. Up next, we have the color pairings, and I'm pretty excited to show you this palette. Before we get into it, please do me a favor and press that like button, and also subscribe if you haven't already, because we put out a bunch of videos every single week. So the first color I want to talk about is Cement Gray, and this is a color that acts as a nice neutral canvas color. It's great because it is gray. It's great because it has around a 60 LRV, so quite a bit of lightness. It feels pretty airy, but still noticeable, and will contrast beautifully with either the white or the dark trim colors we talked about. This is one that is a little bit of a cooler gray. It feels sleek. It's a nice alternative to beige, and to me it feels very classy and sophisticated, very contemporary. Now, because this is part of the gray family, you might want to warm things up with the accessories you surround it with. So hopefully you have a lot of those nice, beautiful organic textures happening, materials like wood, and maybe a nice honey kind of vegan leather chair situation, anything like that. Unless you want to go full monochromatic grayscale and just double down, but Hazy Lilac, not grayscale. It's quite purple. Now, if you don't have a ton of those warmer accessories, but you still want to bring some warmth in the form of a paint color, I got you covered. Toffee Cream would be my choice. And what I love about this color is it's kind of a nearly neutral in the sense that it looks like a tan, sort of mid-tone beige, but it has just enough of orange in it to give it a little bit of life and electricity. And it also looks great with gray, as you can see in this picture on the Benjamin Moore website. So the two color pairings are working really well hand in hand. And that's why I would say that these are the two colors that I would rely on a little bit more. Then Hazy Lilac would be kind of the next color in line in terms of how much you're using them. But also Toffee Cream sort of sits in between Cement Gray and Hazy Lilac in terms of depth. It's in the low 40s LRV wise. So it's another one that you want a little bit of light to kind of bring it to life a bit. But that warm sort of rosy orange keeps it feeling lively, which I do enjoy. And our third color, coming in with around a 38 LRV, is the accent color. And this is a color that can work alongside Hazy Lilac, sort of being used together in the same space, or just alternate using them as the accent color against the more neutral choices we went with. Anyway, it's called Bayville Blue, and this color is gorgeous to me. It looks so good with the other colors. It just gives you this beautiful burst of aquatic blue, a little bit of a green undertone as well, so it just helps complement the purple that much more. There are so many ways you can incorporate this color, whether you surround it with other neutrals and then it just has this nice pop of color, or just have it in the same space as Hazy Lilac, and then you have these two beautiful hues just coexisting in a really wonderful way. Here's the color palette all together. Please let me know what you think. And also, if you want us to keep doing this color thing on YouTube full time, you can support us by becoming a Patreon member today. And if you do that, you will not only help me stay a full-time YouTuber, but you'll also get extra exclusive content every single Sunday. And if you sign up for the Prime level membership, every 3 months you get your own personalized mini color quickie on our Patreon page. So check it out down below and check out this video next.